Hi, BookTube. This is GoGo, and I guess she's going to join us for some books I picked up from Hamilton Book over the last couple of months, I guess. Starting to pile up. I've mostly been reading books I've been getting from the library, but I need to really stop with that because my to read pile at home is already quite large. Um, But anyway, I've been getting some great deals at Hamilton Book, particularly in their last chance section. Their last chance is stuff that they're really low on stock. They tend to really knock, if they can, they tend to knock the prices like way down. A lot of these books are about $3 to $4. The most expensive one was $7, and the cheapest one was $2. And there's just a flat shipping fee for which is was $4, but now it's $5 for media mail. So yeah, these are all new books. Occasionally you get a remainder mark like that. Once in a while there'll be a little bit of scuffing or some such. But for most part they all come in mint condition. Like this one. This is Hitler's. Sorry, go. Hitler's Northern Utopia, and this is Building the New World Order in Occupied Norway. And this is by, I'm going to mangle this a woman's name here. This is Despina Strategakos. Hopefully I'm close on that. There's Despina. And this sounds like a very interesting look at Hitler's and the Reich's plan of taking over Norway and building a, like as the title there, sorry, title says Northern Utopia. We have between 1940 and 1945, German occupiers transformed Norway into a vast construction zone. This remarkable building campaign, largely unknown today, was designed to extend the Greater German Reich beyond the Arctic Circle and turn the Scandinavian country into a racial utopia. And it gets into some of their building efforts and such. There is some illustrations in here, black and white photos, and a little bit of a color section. It's a very well. The look and feel of the book is really nice. And what is this on? This is on Princeton. Sometimes you can get some of these. College university publication books for a great price on Hamilton. Like this one. This one was $2. This is also Princeton. This is the Trustworthy Men: How Inequality and Faith Made the Medieval Church by Ian Forrest. And the little description here: the medieval church was founded on and governed by the concepts of faith and trust, but not in the way that is popularly assumed. Offering a radical new interpretation of the institutional church and its social consequences in England, Ian Forrest argues that between 1200 and 1500, the ability of bishops to govern depended on the cooperation of local people, known as trustworthy men, and shows how the combination of inequality and faith helped make the medieval church. And for the church to discriminate between the trustworthy and between the trustworthy and untrustworthy was not to identify the most honest Christians, but to find people whose status ensured the word would not be not be contradicted. So we're talking loyalty here. Sound familiar? And yeah, so I'm hoping Mr. Forrest is a good writer, because this layout is dense. And we're talking like, what have we got here? Just over 500 pages with the index. And we got a pretty extensive bibliography here. So that's cool. And then we have a large section on notes, much longer than I realized. Oh wow, that is a huge section of notes. So you have over somewhere between 300 and 400 on the book itself, and then notes and bibliography. But I mean, here's another random page. So dense writing, dense layout. Hopefully that's good. It's an interesting idea to me. Next up is We Keep the Dead Close by Becky Cooper. And apparently this was a very popular book. You get a nice blurb by Ron Chernow there. And if you're not familiar, I'll give you on the back here. We Keep the Dead Close is a narrative of mirrors, misogyny, and murder. It is at once a rumination on the violence and oppression that rules our reverent institutions, and a ghost story reflecting one young woman's past into another's present, and a love story for a girl who was lost to history. I cut ahead there a bit, but this basically finds Becky Cooper, a curious undergrad who first hears whispers of the story of a... I'm mangling the back of this, I'm sorry. I don't think it's written terribly well back here. But basically she starts investigating a rumor of a missing girl. So I don't think it really needs my promotion. It seems to have done really well. This was one of the $2 books. Next up is Zero Fail by Carol Ledding. This is her history of the rise and fall of the Secret Service, for which she won a Pulitzer Prize. Random House edition. Very nice. So here's one little remainder mark. I've read Carol's books on Trump, or co-authored books on Trump. I thought they're very good. I also have her new one with Aaron C. Davis here on Justice, which I need to get to. Next up is The American Scripture, Making of the Declaration of Independence by Pauline Mayer. I hope I'm pronouncing that last name right. And it's a pretty slim volume here, but I thought it'd be interesting. Paper quality is not the best, but it'll do. This was our $7 book. This is Philip Short's book on Putin. And I didn't get tortured enough with Catherine Belton's book on Putin's people, so I thought I'd get some more here. We even got a blurb by Ian Kershaw on the back here. Anyone wanting to learn more about Putin's personality, ideas, power, and the threat he has come to pose to world peace should read this outstanding biography. I will. And speaking of dictators, we have Mussolini's Nature. And this is an environmental history of Italian fascism. And it's about the usage and threat of the environment under Mussolini there. And just opening up the random pages, I was like, oh, this is all sounded really familiar. So this is another, this is an MIT Press book. And I had this on my watch list, and then it fell into the Last Chance, so I wanted to grab it before it was gone. And this one for something completely different. How Birds Live Together. Colonies and Communities in the Avian World by Marion Taylor. There's another Princeton edition. And this is a full color illustrated book. This must have cost some good money to... So we have, I don't want to crack the spine here. Look at these birds nesting in the wall here. I'm assuming a cliff here. But you just have maps and photos and dialogues of birds and their nesting habits all over the world. I thought this looked really interesting, and I'm pretty sure this was $4 at most, if not $3. So I thought that sounded really interesting. Look at that fella. So, and what else did we have here? We had another one. Sorry, got lost. Oh, we got Max Allan Collins here. I've recently been enjoying some of Max's writing here, and this is Quarry's X. I haven't read any from this series, but this was a really good buy off of Hamilton there. They do occasionally get the hard case crime books, so cool, like that. And I think that's it for my haul. Sorry for mangling the Becky Cooper's book. Let's try that again. At 1969, the height of counterculture, the year Harvard would begin the tumultuous process of merging with the sister school Radcliffe, and the year that Jane Britton, an ambitious graduate student in Harvard's anthropology department, would be found bludgeoned to death in her apartment. 40 years later, Becky Cooper, a curious undergrad, will first hear the whispers of the story. A nameless student had an affair with her professor, and he murdered her in the Peabody Museum. Though this rumor would prove false, started an investigation would consume Cooper's life for the next 10 years. So, this one was $2. Last I checked, it was still available. So, if you're interested, I'd get on that. I think a lot of these were still available at last I checked. The Putin book is gone. They did have a hardcover edition, which I was going to grab, but it sold out before I could get it. Finally, currently what I'm reading is The Project by David Graham, and this is it's a pretty slim covering of the of Project 2025. From what I'm getting from the, see, I only got so far into this. From what I'm getting from this, it is giving you a quick kind of breakdown of. I mean, it's like Project 2025 is like 900 pages. So, but he's also giving a lot of quotes from the people involved. Unfortunately, there's no notes or nothing in the back to link it to where exactly these quotes are coming from. He is attributing them to like Russell Voigt, however you pronounce his name. Boy, that guy. Some of the stuff in here he's saying is nuts. So yeah, in case you don't know about this and want to know a little bit more about Project 2025, which is extended into 2026, and isn't everything great?